Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Will with Military Lawn Cuts, where we have built a $630,000 business and just started our second location this year. And in today's video, we are talking about the 3 rules that you need to follow when wanting to build your business, your lawn care business specifically, from 0 to $500,000 in annual revenue. Now, if you are on this journey, if you saw the thumbnail, that was a real picture, literally yesterday, of our truck that broke down that needed to get towed. And what happened was I was driving from our welder. We were getting a boot for the wheel installed. And all of a sudden, I looked in my rear view mirror and there was white smoke coming out of the back of the truck. And I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on? I just got this mower wheel boot welded back there. I'm like, is the mower dragging behind the truck right now? Like, what the heck is going on? So I pulled over real quick. I was going about 60 miles an hour on this road. And all of a sudden, there's white smoke that's coming underneath the hood. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like, what the heck is going on? It's not something in the back. It's actually under the hood. So immediately shut the truck off, popped the hood, opened up the hood, looked under, engine coolant all over the engine. I checked underneath the truck and just spooling of fluids underneath the truck. And so I called our great mechanic and I said, hey, this is what's going on. I checked the engine coolant and it's basically bone dry. Everything's out underneath the truck on the side of the shoulder. And so at the end of the day, I had to call a tow truck, and I was so I took a step back in this moment, and I recall that this. Let me give you a disclaimer. This is not the first time we've run into mechanical issues, especially with trucks that need to get towed, because we have 6 trucks. So what I wanted to encourage you through this story is that in the beginning days when I was first building our business, this would have been a huge deal. Like, it would have affected my mood. I would have been upset. I would have been irritated, aggravated. I would just not be in a good mood. And to be honest, yesterday I wasn't in a bad mood. I was like, oh, okay, this happens. And this is part of life, part of business. And this is not the first time that it's happened. So, rule number 1, do you like that build up here? Rule number 1 of building a business from 0 to 500,000 is acquire the mindset of a veteran. All right. Now let me explain what that means. When you start your business, all right, which I encourage you to do, if you haven't already, please start. Once you start your business, in the first year especially, it is excruciating, painful, everything. All right. Emotions are high and then they're low and then they're high and then they're low. There's just constantly things getting thrown at you. All right. If you acquire the mindset of a veteran and try to put yourself in the shoes of somebody that's been doing this for 5 years like us, and say, okay, the first time the truck breaks down, I'm going to react this way. Why? It's a big deal. Every dollar counts. You could use that money on marketing to go get more customers, but now you got to spend it on the repairs and the truck, $800,000 repair on the truck plus a towing fee, right? However, if you put yourself in the shoes of a veteran that has done this before, that might have 10 trucks, right? Try to expand your mindset a little bit and say, how would I react at that point? I know sometimes it's difficult to do, but it has helped me and served me well by not being on this roller coaster of emotions every time something happens. Whether you own your own business or you're a leader in an organization, you need to be emotionally stable. It is very, very crucial, because the most successful people in the world can operate calmly and effectively under chaos. All right? That is a huge, huge principle. So that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is actions speak louder than words. Now, what do I mean by that? So I had a great mentor in the beginning days. I was seeking mentorship from this successful mentor that is where I wanted to be. I reached out to him and I said, hey, I want to be where you're at. How do I get there? And he said, well, Will, I just need you to do this one small task, and we can sit back down and we can talk to each other and we can go over what you learned in that small task of listening to these audiobooks. All right. And he gave me like a couple of weeks to do this, and I didn't get the task done. So clearly to him, the opportunity I did not value enough, because if I did value it enough, I would have completed those audiobooks at all costs. Even if I lost sleep, even if I didn't have a radio or at that time it was a CD player. At that time it was a CD player. Even if I didn't have a CD player, guess what? I would try and find one. What value am I putting on that opportunity? And so I hear a lot of people say they want to own their own business. I hear a lot of people say they want to be successful. They want to do $500,000. They want to do $1 million in their business. They even want to just get a $100,000 business and get a couple employees, right? I hear a lot of people. I just went to Landscape Summit and GIE Expo a few weeks back, a couple months, all right? So many people came up and talked to me and said, Will, I'm trying to hire my first employee. Just do it. Literally, just do it. Actions speak louder than words. Stop talking about it and start doing something about it. If you're like me, all right, here's where melancholies, this is a personality type. Here's where melancholies kind of get in front of ourselves, in our way. We want to do everything right. So here we are, we're like, well, Will, I want to hire my employee, but I want to do it right. Well, that's good. Good job. But here's the problem. Is you don't have the reps and you don't have the continuous process to build off of. You have nothing. You've never done it before. You're not going to be good at it. Hire 10 employees, hire 10 bad ones, and learn what not to hire for. It's that simple. Make the bad hires. The faster you go out and fail and learn from it and correct it, the faster you're going to get to multiple employees, the faster you're going to get to a $250,000 business, the faster you're going to get to a $500,000 business. Fail faster. Actions speak louder than words. Stop talking about it. You're not going to have all your SOPs and standard operating procedures and policies in place trying to get everything perfect. You're just not. Go out there, put action in place, and get things done, and then start to fine-tune the systems, and then start to fine-tune the type of employees that you're hiring. And be like, okay, I now know I don't want somebody who's not humble on my team, because you can't tell them what to do or they're not coachable, all right? Learn from it. Go out there, find the good ones, learn from the bad ones, all right? That's rule number 2. Rule number 3, all right? I'm going to build this up, okay? Number 3, I'm not just going to give you the answer on this one, but this is, I believe, one of the most important rules if you're trying to build a business from 0 to 500,000. All right. Now, there are 2 people on a scale starting from day 1. The one individual is reading, learning, seeking mentorship, seeking guidance, listening to audiobooks, watching training courses, attending conferences, and the other one is not. He's lazy. He wants it, but he doesn't want to put in the action. See how I'm building off of that? He doesn't want to put actions because his words, he's trying to use his words to get to where he wants to go. He doesn't want to use his actions, right? So you got one person who's hungry, who wants to learn. You got one person who wants to get there. If it falls in his lap, it'll happen. If not, it might not happen. All right. Now, over time, over a day, over a week, over a month, over a year, there's now a delta between these two. Okay. This person started the same day as this person, but he has way surpassed him. Why? Because he is continually educating and growing himself. So rule number 3 is always be growing. There's a great book called Atomic Habits. And in there, it talks about, guys, you don't have to necessarily right off the bat go to a 4-day conference and spend $3,000 to go learn about how to build a successful business. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. All you have to do in Atomic Habits, it says get 1% better. That's it. 1% better every single day. You know what that is? I'm going to tell you exactly what I do. I try to read a book or I listen to an audiobook every single day until I get one nugget. One nugget. One thing that I'm like, oh, okay. I did not know that. That kind of makes sense. That's my nugget for the day. Sometimes it takes me 30 seconds in an audiobook or a podcast. 30 seconds. I turn it on. I'm listening to, for let's just say, Alex Hormozy, Mike Andes, people that I'm trying to grow with, right? 30 seconds. Sometimes I get it in 30 seconds. Sometimes it takes me 5 minutes. And I try to get into habit. So we just moved our location up to a new headquarters. And guess what I did the first 21 days? This is how you build a habit. I started listening to audiobooks on my drive every day. I didn't listen to music. I didn't. I listened to audiobooks and podcasts. So every time I get in the truck, there and back, guess what I'm doing? I'm driving anyways. I can't do anything else, so I might as well grow myself. It's that simple. Or before that, if you guys don't have a commute because you're operating out of your house like I did in the beginning, guess what? When you mow lawns, put your earbuds in. My goodness, just put your earbuds in and listen to an audiobook. So much knowledge you can get. You're making money and learning. Come on. You can't beat that, guys. All right, so look, those are the 3 rules that I have acquired in my journey from going from $0 to $500,000 in annual business. Now, the reason why all of those correlate to each other, and this is kind of a bonus here at the end, is because there are different phases on your journey going from $0 to $500,000. If you guys want me to do a video on, I'm going to call them like the breaking points or the pivotal points as a leader going from $0 to $500,000, like on a whiteboard, I can show you exactly based on the revenue you're doing each year, when those transitions happen in a business, that your mindset has to change, your activities have to change. If you want to learn more about that, put it in the comments below and let me know. I can definitely shoot a video on the process of really what it looks like as an owner or a manager going from $0 to $500,000 and those key transitional points that we can discuss. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found value in this, please hit that like button and we will see you guys next time.